Pushback is a high-density storage solution using a system of enveloping wheeled carts on slightly inclined rails. Pallets are loaded and unloaded from the same side for last-in, first-out inventory rotation. For optimal productivity and worker safety, your warehouse team should be fully trained on proper pushback operating procedures. The first step is to ensure that all forklift operators are OSHA trained. Second, conduct a pallet quality check. Use quality wooden pallets or plastic pallets, making sure there are no loose or missing boards. Third, review the product load to ensure there is no load overhang, fixing any loose cartons, flaps, or shrink wrap. Lastly, make sure to check that the load weight is under the rated capacity. Here's how to properly load your pushback system. Lift the pallet load approximately 3 to 4 inches above the first cart. Enter the rack and place the pallet centered on the first cart, then slowly back out. Next, line up the bottom boards of the second pallet with the bottom boards of the first, just above the cart. Gently push back the first pallet as you enter the rack, centering the second pallet over the exposed cart, and so on. If the pallet isn't centered correctly, leaving additional space at the front of the cart, you will risk misloading the next pallet. If this occurs, back out of the system and reload the misaligned pallet. The last pallet won't sit on a cart, it will sit directly on the pushback rails. Once again, center the pallet in the lane and lower it onto the rails behind the pallet stops. If included in your system, pallet stops can be used to help center the pallet as well as to absorb impact from rear forces. Now on to unloading the system. Once again, center the forklift with the front pallet and slowly enter the lane. Lift the pallet 3 to 4 inches so that it clears any pallet stops or obstructions, then slowly extract the pallet. The subsequent loads and carts will glide forward to the aisle face. A bumper plate is installed to ensure a low-impact cart stop. However, the operator should control the speed at which the subsequent pallets in the system glide forward by slowly backing out. Follow the steps to unload the remaining pallets off the lane. Although pushback is easy to operate and trouble-free almost all of the time, you will also need to know how to troubleshoot in case of a stuck pallet or the interference of debris. If a cart is hung up on the track, the operator should stop immediately. Put the pallet back in place and try purging the system. This is accomplished by using the forklift to gently push the carts back 2 to 3 inches before slowly backing out again to see if it will help dislodge the hang-up and flow the carts forward. If purging doesn't dislodge the hang-up, try building a safety floor within the affected lane. Simply load the open pallet positions with empty pallets. This creates a solid pallet floor for the operator, who is secured by a safety harness, to safely access, evaluate, and fix the hung cart or pallet. Once corrected, the forklift operator extracts the empty pallets from the lane, controlling the speed of the pallets and carts indexing forward by slowly backing out of the rack. If neither purging or safety floor methods work, contact management to report the issue. It may be necessary to unload all lanes within adjacent bays to further evaluate and correct the issues. Routine maintenance of your pushback system will eliminate downtime and safety issues. Lanes should be checked regularly to ensure that they are free from debris. For example, a piece of wood from the pallet or shrink wrap could be lodged on the track, obstructing the flow of the carts. Bolted connections may loosen over time and should be checked for a tight, secure connection that meets proper torque specifications. Wheel bearings, particularly in situations where they are subject to moisture or liquids, must be tested routinely to make sure they spin freely within the lane. For a thorough component evaluation, enter the lane, secured with a safety harness, and lift the individual carts to check the wheels and bolted connections. In cases where you need to enter the system for maintenance or hang-up issues, once again, unload the bay along with all adjacent bays. If you have questions regarding pushback training or system maintenance, call Apex today. Our storage and material handling experts are here to help keep your pushback system on track.